Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. We are going to try something different and new. We're going to do a car review on this 1998 Nissan Skyline GT-R 40th Anniversary Edition, the four-door sedan. But we're going to do it live on stream for one, and for two, I'm going to be recording this. This is going to go up onto YouTube. This might be the new style of how we do car reviews. So definitely in the comments, let me know if this is something you guys like, if it's something more of what you guys would be into. As you see the process get done live, the only thing that might change is we may not have like a rating scale. Or if we do have a rating scale, it's going to be something that's going to go into the Discord and not be shown on the video. So if that's the case, make sure you drop on by the Discord. I'll put the link in our videos so that way you guys can get over there and see what our lineup is looking like. But yesterday, the boys and I unlocked the 1998 Nissan Skyline GT-R four-door. It was a very, very rare car. This one in particular, there's only 416 units of this made. The vast majority being in this color here that you see, which is the dark gray pearl. But there were, I'm sorry, no, this is not the dark gray pearl. This is the Sonic silver. But there were a few made in the um, midnight purple as well as the kind of satin white, or satin light white color. Um, so this is how we get the car in stock form. So we're just going to do a quick little Forza Vista around. We'll explode the car open here. You can see it does run the RB26 DETT motor that comes in all Skyline GTRs. Um, and very clean engine. I'm loving the look of this thing. It's got the iconic R33. This is an R33 sedan style, so it's got the iconic R33 front end there. And as you can see, four doors. It is right-hand drive. Still, I believe it's a six-speed manual, but it might be five. We're about to find out when we get out on the road. Everything opens except the trunk on this one, or at least everything's available to open except the trunk on this one. Um, Overall, great looking car. So let's go ahead into our next phase and let's figure out how this car sounds and handles. I feel like that was a glitch there. I'm not gonna lie. That seemed very much like it was very glitchy. All right, so as you guys can see, it is nighttime. Let's let's first take this out, and there is a tunnel that we will run this car through. Yeah, let's go right here, and we'll want to get it up to speed, and let's hear how this thing sounds through the tunnel. Um, Obviously, the R33 motor, the RB26, is iconic in and of itself. So let's hear it. Yeah, I like it. It's got some good pops if you let it bang off the rev limiter. It pops out some. You can hear it. Here, I'll do it again. Pretty good pops. It feels very understeery. So in stock form here, let's go ahead and take it into what would be a good test track for this one. Let's run a time attack on Sony. Uh, Sony is a little bit smaller. It's a little more technical, but I think is going to be a good test of this thing in stock form. So here we go. Should have probably got a better run up on that, but that's all right. It feels understeery, but it's not. Ooh, the brakes are something to be desired. I mean, everyone knows that in this game, unless you know how to brake very, very well, uh, brakes have a hard time. Stock brakes on this one definitely will need an upgrade, so that'll probably be one of the first things we look at once we get into the customization portion of this. It's very understeery. Even though it's all-wheel drive, it feels like it's got a front wheel bias, which is odd because this does have a front to back motor. So it should have a rear wheel bias. Alright, here's our first hot lap. Oh, terrible on the braking. I may have to give it one more go there. Also, it is nighttime, so might need a little bit of a break. Can't quite hit that apex with the type of understeer that we've got here, so we're definitely going to want to work on some anti-roll bars, and if we do go with the race suspension, um, then we're going to want to adjust our dampening a little bit. Yeah, we're losing time on that sector. We were 2 seconds up, now we're only a second 0.9. Feel like we're... Oh my gosh! That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Well, we made some of that time back up. Alright. I got the car stopped on that one. Much better. Let's see if we've gained any... Little bit. Almost half a second. Let's focus on braking hard. Second gear is very, very tall. These gears in this one are all very tall. Alright, we're cutting down some time a little bit. Alright, our high speed, but uphill. So, not quite so high speed. We're looking at a 56. Alright, let's see if we can... I think we can get into the 55s if we can pull the timing right. If we can get in the 55s, I think that's going to set us a good baseline for what stock is. Come back on throttle properly. Woo! Ah, so in chat there was a good question. Yes, this car comes B-class stock. I think we'll probably build this out. Oh no, we're right on. We gotta up it. I think we'll build this out to probably a good A-class road car. Although the all-wheel drive four-door might also be good as a rally build, but we'll see. 55. Nope, we fell behind on that. Let's give it one more go and see if we can pull at least a 55.9. See what we got. Okay. Okay, here we go, here we go. Alright, I feel like this is better. I do feel like this is a better... Come around, let's see, are we still ahead? Yes. Alright, let's maintain. There we go. Alright, this might be better. This might be our 55. If this is our 55, let's take it back to the garage and let's see what our customization is. There it is, 5575. All right. So we're going to go back to the garage here. Yep, so we're in a B class 547, and we just ran a 55 at Sony. So let's head on over to the upgrades. And first things first. All right, so there's no wide body kit for that, which is fine. This car in its stock form is already very good. I'm loving it. So our engine options, we got four different ones outside of stock. So there's the stock RB26. Then there's the 3.5 liter V8 twin turbo. What is that out of? Is that out of Nissan's R390? I don't think so. Is that a Ferrari engine? That, that doesn't sound like a Ferrari engine. Well, nonetheless, this would take us up to 550. So we're 276 stock, but that would take us 550. Then there's the 4.8 liter V10. Obviously, that is an LFA motor. Very clean. Love that sound. All right. So here is the new R35 GT-R motor. Ooh, that blow-off valve. That's what's up. All right. And then the 4 liter V8 twin turbo. That is out of the new GR GT. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. All right, so we're gonna kick it with we're gonna do this build to start off with the stock engine, and then obviously we can make this into rear wheel if we wanted to, but we are not. Okay, let's see. Do we get some? Oh no! So we get a top secret bumper, front bumper, which is not bad, but with no side skirts and no rear bumper option, that would not look good. There is a Nismo wing. Okay, okay. Not gonna lie, Nismo wing looks good on this one, and the Nismo wing is adjustable. So, what kind of build am I going for? We're gonna go for a road build on this one, um, and we're gonna go for like probably A class. I think this car will do well in A class. Probably get it up to like mid 400, maybe 500 horsepower in an A class build. We'll test it back on Suni, then we may take it online, see how it handles against online players. And then obviously there's the gooseneck, but I think we're going to stick with Nismo when we actually do go to make the build. Um, actually, let's go ahead and do that now. There's no need for me to look through everything and then come back. So we're gonna throw that on there. We're gonna keep the stock front bumper. Um, as for tires, standard tires, so there's street compound and sport. I think we're just gonna go with sports because we need to get it to the top of A. So we'll go sport. We'll come back to tire width if I feel there's a need. But when we start with an all-wheel drive car, don't need too much of your tire width messed with. I think some good work emotions are gonna look great. Oh yeah, um, that's that actually is really good looking. That is really good looking. Yeah. All right. Why don't we jump the tire width from that to 18s? I think 18s are gonna give it a good style. Um, and then everything else. Oh, we want to definitely widen out the stance. So let's fill those engine spacers out. Perfect. Okay. All right. We'll put a race clutch in just for the lightweight. We'll throw the sport transmission in so we can get a final drive unlocked. We'll lighten up the car as much as we can, and then obviously we want to put a race differential in there. When we come down to brakes, sports are definitely minimum, but let's go ahead and throw race brakes on there. For A class, hey, let's start with. I think I'm going to start with sport here and go without the adjustable. Yes. We definitely want to make our um, sway bars adjustable. We won't go full roll cage. We don't want that much weight thrown into the car. We'll drop it down to a sport reduction, which should put us. It's going to shave off about 300 pounds there. So we'll leave that at sports. Now let's see about getting some power into this. So we've got about we've got 69 PI to work with to get this to the top of A class. Um, Go with the race ignition. All right, how's our exhaust sound? So here's stuck. Hmm. All right, here we go. Here's street. All right. I'm gonna open up the sound a little bit more for you guys. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. All right, we're gonna go with sport. Oh, that that dumps you right at 400 or 700 right there. All right. I think what I want to do is improve the cooling. Yep. Let's. Ooh. What happens if we drop that back down by one, raise this up by. Oh, we can't do any oil cooling, but that's all right. Let's go back to just that. It's gonna make a huge difference. Let's. Oh. Okay. I think now let's drop that down. Yep. Dang, this is really, really difficult to get right into the pocket where we want it. Okay, so what happens if we do that? There we go. All right, 401. So not quite 450. Well, I shouldn't even say not quite. We're not at 450. We're 400. So that's 400 horsepower, almost 400 foot-pounds of torque, and coming in at 3,100 pounds. Not a bad setup. So sorry that I keep looking back. My it just started raining out of the middle of nowhere, which is interesting. Wasn't even supposed to rain today. All right, let's do a little bit of base tuning setup. Our tires, we were on sports, so we'll drop that down. We'll go a little bit towards acceleration, not too much. Um, we had a lot of understeer, so we're gonna drop. I know what meta is, but I, I don't find meta to be fun. Like, yeah, there we go. We'll get a little bit of rear so that we don't get kick out. Uh, we'll leave that alone for now. Let's drop our front down to that. Let's drop that down to 3. We'll raise this up a hair to 50%. Drop this down. Let's take it to 12. Oh, there's a lot of rear bias in this, which is interesting that we had so much understeer from it. But all right. And then, as always, you gotta go with the midnight purple when we're talking R33. All right. So, if we remember, we ran a 55.7. 55.7? Yes, 55.7 at Soni. So let's head back to Soni. Let's see what our difference is. We may need to adjust our tuning a hair, but then we'll take it into some online just for some fun and see what we've got. All right, here we go. All right, right off the bat, I mean, acceleration feels great right off the bat. Braking much better. Much better on that braking. Probably could have shifted to second, but we're gonna see. We're gonna run a test here. I love those crackles. I love the natural crackles, like the ones you don't need from the turbo, any lag turbo. Holy cow! Standing still, we're already at a 52. Easily, this can hit a 50, maybe even a 49. Let's see. All right, so second gear gets a little swirly there. But works on that one. We go a little bit wide, but it accelerates up this mountain so much better with all that power. All right, so we're at a 51. I think easily we can hit a 50. I even think 49s are possible with this build. So let's just, and we really got to make that time up here on this upcoming turn. Right here. And I didn't brake properly. Alright, so we may want to transition some of that power in the differential back to the front, as well as lock up the front just a little more. Let's see where we're... Oh, okay, so we're cutting down at least a second. Depending on right here, can I get a good breakout? Looks like it. Alright. 47, 48, 49. Okay. Ooh, 50s or 49s are possible. 49s are definitely possible. We're going for a 49 now. Alright, I think I can also adjust the rear sway bar a little bit to not be so stiff. It's kicking the rear end of that car out, and I'm losing my grip. So I'm going to adjust the rear sway bar and maybe the rear differential so that it doesn't, we don't get so much kick out. But other than that, yeah, I'm liking this car. Uh-oh, we're behind. Mind you, this is in the snow too. Are we green? Not quite. But we did cut the time down. Oh, I missed. I missed the time. The flag, but by a hair. Let's try that again. Ugh. So I really wouldn't count. If this is a 49, I wouldn't count this. I don't even think it is going to be a 49 though. I think we were definitely slower. Yeah. All right, let's adjust. What did I say? We want to bring down. Right there. And then just a hair, because I just don't like that it's kicking out so much. And then let's drop that down so it doesn't slide. And let's get a little more control going into it. Let's also bump that back down to 70%. All right, we're going to try this again. Ah, those crackles, guys. They just amazing. All right, here we go. Mm-hmm. There we go. That was poor entry on mine. Poor lane entry. But I'm already noticing a lot of understeer coming back in. So I don't know. That was actually good. All right. I think what I need to do. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we are going to bump this back up. I would say 42. Let's take this up to 42. Bring this back down to 15. All right. Now let's try that one more time. There we go. Much better. Back end doesn't kick out nearly as hard, but I'm still getting the rotation I need. All right, remember, we're looking for a 49 here. Oh, we got it, dude. Oh, we were right there. All right, we're gonna try it one more time. I think we can get it. That was unfortunate. I like, I mean, we were faster than our fastest lap time, but like literally by milliseconds. So there we go. All right, that's good. Okay. Okay. Ah, we got it. We got it. We got it. We'll take that. All right. Woo. We will take that 100%. Bet. So let's take this over to online If this works out, I will save this, put the share code again in the description of the YouTube video. Therefore, you guys can take it if you want. At the end of this, I will scroll through the settings. You guys can see where I have my base settings set out, and you can do that if you don't want to download the tune, so that way you still have the ability to tweak it. So, we are going to run on to custom. We're going to go with class, A class. Yeah, let's do a collisions off. I feel like that would be a... I feel like that would be a good test. That way we don't have to worry about ramming, and really we can just test our speed against others. By the way, if you haven't learned, you do have that option in this game. You can do a collisions on or collisions off in Horizon Racing. This is not spec racing or anything like that. We want to use the current car. Yep. So, here we go. They're on lap 3 of 3. Fantastic. So I think we'll still be able to make the last race. I wonder if we can... you can't go into... you can't go into photo mode. That sucks. This would be a beautiful photo shot. Tokyo City, they nailed it, man. Like, absolutely nailed it. And that sunset is... man. So it is only a 5-speed. It is only 5-speed on this one. But it is getting up to speed. Can we hit... nope. Oof. Oof, that was... that hurt. That hurt my soul. I wanted to try and get a 49, which is what I got. I got a 49... I think it was a 49.9 right on the dot. I just wanted to break under 50. A 50-second. Alright. Let's see how it compares. I don't see truly any terribly meta cars except for that GT. The 4 GT we know is very meta. Alright. So far, it's doing alright. The other cars definitely have better acceleration away. I like my handling a little bit better going into these corners, but I think also I'm just still learning the tracks because I don't grind out these tracks so much. So, oh, somebody missed a checkpoint. So we're up into third, which is fine. Really, this is a race of lap times. I always forget I don't have to brake so hard at that particular... There we go. Come on, come on. There it is. It does get the rotation I want. That's good. The braking's better. It's a lot better. It resettles. For having the sport suspension and not being on adjustable suspension, the rebound is a lot better. Is that a dark horse? I couldn't tell. I don't think it was a dark horse. I think it was a regular Mustang GT. Oh, sorry. I see that I have chats. I will... Oh, no. And slow down. Well, there goes that lap time, but that's okay. All right. Let's see what our compares here in a second. We're finishing 15 seconds behind, so... I'm just saying it just based off the car. So, yeah, it's running 52s on this track. I'm going to stay in one more time. We're going to take a look at how it behaves in 2 more races. But so far, I really do like this car. I feel like it's a good addition to the game. And yeah. Ooh, excuse me, something's up in my nose there. All right. So there's the rear seat actually. I'm reading some fun facts about this car. The rear seat on this thing is bucket seats. Instead of seating 5, it only seats 4, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So that's actually a pretty cool fun fact about this car. Um, the other fun thing is this is the first time that 4-door returned to the GT-R badging since the original Skyline in 1969. So, here we go. Oh, someone else brought their Skyline too. This will be interesting. Ah, I turned way too soon on that turn. I knew better than to do that too. Alright, here we go. Nice. I would say this is actually a good track to test it on. 90-degree angles are good for 4-wheel steering cars. It really is able to give you a good test of their ability to turn in. Alright, not bad. Car handles. I think if I fine-tune just a hair, which again, I'll fine-tune it, but I'll just put the share code up in the description of this video. But I think with a little bit of fine-tuning and maybe push, because I'm not hitting 5th gear at all on these circuits. So maybe bring the bias of the gearing towards acceleration rather than speed, so we can get a little more oomph out of these turns. We're at a 102. I do hate that I had to brake there. I probably shouldn't have, but oh well. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wrong hand drive. Me and him are good buds. Here's yeah, I mean, let's see. Only tuned 2 cars so far. I just did the 93 Mustang Cobra R for an A class. I mean, yeah, tuning. If you have an ability to go watch any of Hoki Hoshi's videos, he does his videos slightly different. I mean, I used to follow his style of tuning. I'm sorry, not tuning, his style of videos. I'm going a little more towards AR12 style of videos with this. This is the first time I'm going to try this. So this stream is also going to be a video that's going to go up as the car review video for the Skyline. Normally I would have done like solo recording off stream and then edited it up, but it takes so much time for me to do that, and it's a lot more faster for me to be able to do this. So, but if you go and watch Hoki Hoshi's videos, he's got some good tuning tips for setting bass tunes, and then gives you some like some things to keep in mind to fine tune once you set your bass tune, run it out, test it, bring it back in, and then you'd be like, oh, the car was too loose here, so here's what I want to adjust. He really breaks it down in Langman style for you. So definitely go give those a look. There we go. All right, so this one's a sprint, which is good because it'll give me an idea as to what my top end speed on this is. All right, now we're hitting fifth gear, but we didn't hit it for that long. And in fact, I got to drop back all the way down to third. There we go. Oh, I shouldn't have, because now... Mm. Ooh, very, very close there. This, the four-door body style of this really reminds me a lot of the Nissan Maxima that we had. It looks so similar. Oh no, I probably overcooked just a hair. Overcooked a hair, but not bad. You can definitely get away with shifting at like 8,200 instead of hitting the 8,000 mark on the dot. it, I like that the front definitely does grip up once you kind of let off throttle a little bit. It grips right back up and pulls the front back to like where it needs to be. So the understeer is present a little bit on turn in if you're throttling, but if you just let off throttle a hair, it will grip up hard. So not a terrible finish. Not a terrible finish. All right, one more race, and then we are going to. Yeah, so one of the things to keep in mind when you're building these cars is tire compound and tire width can be interchanged. So a lot of times it could be a good idea to increase your tire width on the stock compound and start there. Test the car out a little bit, then come back and if you're still getting too much wheel spin, go up a compound, drop some of that tire width down to gain some of that PI back, and then test it again. So drop the compound down, go to stock tire width up, and then if you're getting too much wheel spin, obviously go up on your tire width, um, but do it in small increments. Testing, if you really want to get good at it, like building tunes takes a lot of testing, but if you have the patience for it and you're playing this game to really enjoy the game and not just get through completion, then take your time with the tuning and you'll have a lot of fun with it. I would have to say this is probably some of the most fun that I've had. Ugh, too much. There's gonna be a time. Slow down. I knew it. I knew it. Whew. I feel like we jumped into a lobby with like the Honda boys. Or is that Honda or is that a Pulsar? Hold on, I can't. That might be the Pulsar. Oh no, that's the Mazda. I think that's the Mazda 323 or something. Okay. You like Mustangs? Are you a Mustang kind of guy? So a 33, not bad, not bad. Oh, it is Pulsar. It was Pulsar. All right. Oh, that's Open CD. I didn't realize that was him. That must be the K1Z guy, or not K1Z. Uh, oh my gosh, I can't think of their name. Zika. That must be the Zika group. Those guys are good. Those guys are good. We battled them out in Team Wars, so that was a lot of fun. Man, I haven't seen Pato Bencidi's name in a long time. Since FH5, really. Okay. All right. A-class build, If I had to make any adjustments, I think we're gonna go a little bit more on anti-roll, little bit more there, and drop that down just one. Our gearing, I think we can get away with a little bit more acceleration, which also, it's not going to hurt our top speed. 183 at top speed's perfect, and we're at 430. Yep. Let's drop down that for a little bit more grip. And I think, honestly, I would say we've set ourselves a good tune. So, as promised, give me 1 second here. Let me hide my camera. All right, here you go. So, here's your tires. I'm going to just scroll through these tires. Gearing, alignment is locked, but your roll bars, springs, dampening, aero at 75. Oh, that was the other thing I think I could have done. Let's drop that down to 70. That's that yeah. Oops. Okay. Brakes, we're leaving the brakes as they are. They were doing perfect. No need to adjust. And then your differentials. Obviously, differential tuning for your acceleration and deceleration on front and rear. That's going to come down to your personal preference of how you handle the car, but that center balance is going to play a major factor in your understeer, oversteer responsiveness. So leave that as, I would start with 69 there. Apply the current setup. Yep. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this for you guys. And we are going to call this A-Class. Actually, no. We're going to call this YouTube Special. There you go. All right, YouTube Special. And then here we go. This is good for this is really good more towards circuit than it is the speeds, but it's good handling. Yep. All right, we'll go ahead and share it up. All right. So we have that tune shared and saved. Yeah, actually, so the next thing I think we'll do, we'll go ahead and take it into A-class rivals. Let's see if we can't set a top 500 time on our rivals. Um, yeah, let's try this one. All right, so we got it in A-class. The share code. Oh, that's a good question. I will be putting the share code in the video, but here, I'll do this for you. Creative Hub. Tunes. And Skyline. All right, there you are. I'm also going to take a screenshot of this just so that I can pull it back up later. But there it is, 357-093-544. All right. Go. All right. Let's start with. Oh, I can't choose a. Oh, I can change rival. Yeah. So let's filter it out to friends. And Gertz and the Peel. Let's start with Polar Bear. Yep. Okay. I don't know how Nick does this in 15-minute videos. I know he chops up the video a lot, but still, I feel like I've covered a good amount of information, like the same amount of information that Nick has covered in his videos, and we're not even chopping up the video here, but it is what it is. All right, first lap, we're going to start on a standstill, so... I feel like this is a very slow time. Even from a stand... Oh, yeah, dude, that Corvette flies. What? Hmm. That's insane. Seven? No, an 8. We're going to give it one more go to see if we can hit a 7. I do kind of wish they would give us split times on this one so I could at least see how far back on myself I am, but... I'm sorry. I didn't need to hit the brakes. Ugh, I screwed myself on that. That was a good exit on that turn right there. I'm going to give it one more lap because I hit brakes where I didn't need to hit brakes. Oh yes, this is a Car Pass car. Yes. It just released yesterday on Car Pass. If I've got some time tomorrow, I may do a video on the new SRT-10 that we got. The SRT-10 Ram truck. No, it's gonna hit. I thought I could slow the car down enough with a downshift, but I was wrong. But I think this is going to be a 7. Oh, 100%. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's an 8. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I did. I did tune this car within the hour. It's not a perfect tune. I think if I want this car to be uh, more competitive, I'm probably gonna have to throw an engine swap into it. Probably use the twin turbo V6 from the Skyline. There we go. There's a 7. I'll take that. I'll take that. So, Voltaic Knight, if you are still in chat, there you go. All right. Let's do this. Final part of our tune. Again, I think the tune is saved as is. Yep. So let's go back to the garage. And we are going to drop in the a new Skyline motor. Or not even a Skyline, the GT-R motor. So let's go here, here. I'm not much for custom engine swapping, but we're gonna do it. I believe it was this one, 3.8 liter V6 twin turbo. Put us at 600 horsepower. We're gonna have to remove some factors here. So probably have to throw some weight back into it. And the other thing that probably is affecting it heavily, all of that's going to be stock. So, yep. So let's drop these back down to street tires. Then play around. That's good there. And, ooh. Let's go with that, but... Alright, let's go wides all the way around. Yep. Now that actually allows us to put a little bit of power into the car. And maybe a lightweight flywheel. Oop, too much there. Ooh, what if we mix it? Boom. Done. Alright. So now we are up to 625 horsepower. We weigh a little bit more, but that's alright. Let's see what we do. Let's go back to the same track that we just did. And let's race against our own let's race against our own ghost. We'll go here, go here. Yep. 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 And oh, we only have to beat King Moose by 0.3. Interesting. We're gonna go against ourselves. So near me. Yep. All right, let's try it. Racing against ourselves on this one. Yeah, you can. That's all. That's fine. All right. Okay. Here we go. Whew. God, that sounds good. You know what? I didn't even check to see if it reset all of my tuning. Let's see. Yep. So let's drop that back down and drop that back down. Gearing. We can get more speed out of this, so we're just gonna bump it out. We don't want a lot more speed, but maybe 200. Can we get to 200? Yeah. All right. Um, we've got a lot. Yeah. All right. Let's go here. More grip to the rear. All right. There we go. Let's try this again. Definitely launches a lot better. And because of the engine, it's more front weight heavy. Ugh. Yeah. So, gotta have to. Ooh. The pull on this, though. I am already catching up to my ghost. Now, I've already flagged this lap, but still. That right there. Are we gonna have a 108? Oh, 109. I think I smashed the wall going across the line. It's a very understeery. All right, very understeery. So let's try that again. Um, we're gonna, yeah, we're really gonna go even closer to meta, but we've just got to get that rear rotation. So I'm gonna drop this down even lower. Let's give it a little more rear bias, but I don't want to go too much. I think we'll do that. Let's see how that feels. Ah, it barely scraped. car does not like to rotate with all that front weight in there. I think I'm going to also have to drop the rear arrow down. Mm-hmm. Mm. Ooh, this is going to be close. Oh, but I got it. Dang. All right, so so 2/10 of a second faster. I'm gonna give it 2 more laps. I think I can get a faster lap than that. I think I can get into the 106. Let's see if we can do it. Ready? Ooh, that's a bad lap. All right. Actually, I like doing that. That was a lot. That corner exit right there, staying in third, much better. I do hate that now that any wall tap, any wall tap will get you yellow. There used to be some wall taps in 5 that you could get away with, but barely touching the wall, and it gives me a yellow. I feel it's definitely getting a lot better. No, too much. Mm, here we go. Good run up. Let's do one final lap, see if I can break into the 106. I believe I can. Nope. Okay. All right, now we're getting a. Oh no, we're gonna flag this lap, and it's gonna be a lot faster. All right, here we go. I think this is it, guys. I think this is it. This could be our 106. There it is. 106.95. And that is where I'm going to call it. I would say out of 10, 10 being like, this is the greatest car ever, and its tunability of like being able to quickly tune it to get to drivable, I'd give it a solid 7. Definitely a solid 7 on this one. So excellent, excellent car. If you have the car pass, this is definitely something you'll want to explore around, mess with, enjoy some of the motor swaps. There's not a lot of body tweaking you can do to it. They do give you one front bumper and rear wing from Nismo. Nismo? Yeah, I think it's a Nismo rear wing. Um, so a little bit of customization, not a lot, but it's pretty good. Anyways, so this is gonna go up on YouTube later. Make sure you guys check it out. Hold on one second. I've also realized my camera's been off since I was showing you guys the tune setup. Um, I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna save this tune as well as the RB. No, this one is the VQ? No. It's the because VQ, it's the VR. This is the VR 38. VR 38 DET engine out of the Nissan GT-R R35. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick second. You can take a look at my tune settings for this car. So here's your tires. Obviously, again, these are on streets, street tires, but widened uh, tire width. I was blanking on it. Widened tire width. So still on the stock 5-speed transmission with adjustable final drive. There's your final drive gear ratio, any roll bars, front and rear, no spring, no dampening. Aero is at a 70 for the rear. Brakes, stock, well, it's race brakes, but just leave them alone. And then there's your differential tuning. And we will go ahead, save this setup as um, VR38DET. Since we did motor swap it, it's also another A class one with 625 horsepower. So definitely enjoy it. Yo, what is up, MT? How you doing? Thank you for jumping in, except I'm getting ready to end it. This was just so I could get a video made in regards to a car review for the Skyline. Um, so yeah, with that being said, I will do. I think I'm going to do the SRT10 next. But after the SRT10, shout out to me something you guys would like for me to do in regards to a car review, and also Big Texas, or Texas Gunslinger. Definitely DM me. You feel free to DM me that tune. I'll give it a check, and if I like it, or at least if I think it's plausible, I definitely may even show it on stream. Um, I'll do kind of something like this. It wouldn't necessarily be the same style as what I'm doing here, but I definitely take it out, drive it for a little bit, give a good review on like how I think it's handling. If there's any tweaks that I think it could use, we'll throw that in the video as well, and then it goes up on our YouTube. So yeah, I'll look out for that. And guys, it's been a lot of fun, but I'm going to call the video there. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, The Boyz Racing and Motorsports. Make sure you subscribe to it. We drop reels, we drop videos, we drop our updates for different events that we've got going on. Check out all the other socials that we've got. Here, let me go ahead and jump you guys into this screen here. We've got X is the Boyz Racing 22. Over on Instagram, we are Forza of the Lodge. You can find us there, Forza of the Lodge. And we already talked about Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You can find us out there on Facebook as well. And then TikTok is again the Boyz Racing 22. I'm TBZ Frostbite. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. You guys stay safe. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend for those of you in the States who are celebrating the 4th of July. I know I will. For those of you outside the 4th of July, enjoy your weekend. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. But yeah, so take it easy, guys. TBZ Frostbite out.